You're listening to the very 63rd episode of the Celtic Crack podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Episode 63.
Welcome.
Coronavirus special.
Nah.
First thing I mentioned.
I actually need to cough straight away.
Oh, Jesus. Where's the hand sanitizer?
Fucking hell, yeah, man. I carrying hand sanitizer around with me all week.
I am as well.
Do you know, I'd say there'll be a lot of people now that'll be delighted. Like, I just got a message there from someone saying, delighted, I'm stuck at home the last few days, so at least I can listen to the podcast.
Okay.
But there will be a lot of people that'll be pissed off with us as well for doing this, because they'll be like, you fucking idiots, you should be all at home. Shouldn't be meeting people.
It's not a mass gathering.
We
I don't even
swabbed each other at the door.
Yeah. I don't even go to mass.
Yeah, fuck mass.
So,
And I didn't even give you my usual kiss when I embrace you.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
We are being careful.
Kisses.
It's not like we're just going around the place and fucking meeting up with everyone and anyone.
Yeah.
Just home, here, back home again.
Yeah.
Hand sanitizer all the way. Sanitizer
Work,
fucking everything.
home.
Man, I got a bit OCD with that whole hand sanitizing shit. Like,
Yeah.
sanitizing everything. And then I couldn't figure out a way to use it and then put it away again without like getting more shit on my hand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
'Cause,
like
like,
you took
if
the
you-
one that you just squirt out yourself, did you?
Spray one.
Yeah,
Spray
but sure, can you not just leave it down someone, spray it on your hand and then rub together?
In
and
the
then you
car. See, I had it with me in the car the whole time. So what I was doing was every time I get out, I pay for something. It's money was really driving me mad because I always think anyway money's filthy in general.
Yeah.
Like, so when someone hands you change, like in the shop or whatever, and then you get back into the car and you spray your hands before you touch your face or the steering wheel or anything like that. So you pick up the bottle with a dodgy hand, you spray your hands, and then you clean your hands, and then you have to pick up the bottle to put the cork back on and put it back. And I'm like, I'm just after putting it back on my hands now.
You notice it with people, in shops, like, I bet you they're like so weary of it. They're like, fuck me, man, how much money do I actually
Of course,
touch? Like,
yeah.
They're buying something like Centra and they're dropping the money like this. Like,
Yeah. That's what made me laugh as well throughout the week, man. People's reactions to me just backing off. Do you know, you walk up to a counter or something and the person's backing away from you. And I was like in my head laughing. I was moving in closer and all, like trying to give them the money.
I'm getting paranoid. Look like a scruffy cunt.
Yeah, everywhere you go, man, it's fucking mad. Like,
Yeah, loads of people say like, "Oh, Beard's a fucking big contractor of fucking shit." And blah, blah. Yeah, if you don't wash yourself, maybe. Like, no, people even say that before any of this virus shit. They're like, "Oh, Beards, you know how much fucking shit is in them?" Yeah, you know how often I wash myself. Like, fuck's sake,
once a week.
yeah,
I
obviously,
even
like,
know how much I actually touch my beard now. Like all week.
Yeah.
I just, if you're out in public, then it's like a bad itch. You're like,
that's it,
yeah.
someone's going to see me grab my beard here.
Yeah, it's a bastard, man. You don't realise how much you've touched your face, like, until you have to stop touching your face. I'm fucking constantly doing this shit.
Yeah, you
for
were
no
doing
reason.
it. You were doing it. I saw you in the corner of my eye when I mentioned Beards first. You were doing that shit to your
I'm
beard.
always doing it, and I didn't realise it.
People are going to be listening now, going, "Who's that fourth voice?"
I know, yeah. Steve Savage is here anyway. Might as well introduce him at this stage, I suppose. We're just kind of easing him in without making a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
But,
Cheers for having me.
yeah, man, I had to ask you anyway, like, Savage, is that actually your surname or a nickname?
That's what we're going with. So.
What?
That's not, no, that's your
That's what
stage
we're going
name, isn't it?
with. I actually know Walshy from being small, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from back in the day.
It's just it's a name I use ever since I started tattooing.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
just
I was,
Yeah, but
at this stage now, like.
what we did last week with Graham was I just said to him, just give us a quick introduction of kind of who you are and what you do, kind of thing. Like, so that's probably the best thing to do, is it?
yeah, if you
Just so
want,
people are like, "What? Steve Savage? Who's that?"
yeah.
From Limerick City, worked as a tattoo artist for the last 12 years. Run Hard Knocks Tattoo, Hard Knocks Social Club, and I'm a pro wrestler.
No, there's one we
That's
haven't heard
fucking
before.
random, like.
Everything about him is
Pro
hard.
wrestler.
And
Yeah.
even I can see down, yeah.
Did you
Hard Knocks.
did you get Savage from Randy Savage?
I don't think, like, okay, when I trained wrestling, I have two little stories with wrestling. Like, I touched it when I was a teenager,
Yeah,
15, 16, 17, and then started tattooing, got into tattooing, and just pursued a tattooing career.
Hmm.
And kind of just forgot about wrestling. You know, there was nowhere close to me to wrestle. I used to go to Bray to train, you know. So I just followed tattooing and went through a bit of a life change a couple of years ago. And I was like, fuck me, man. I've always still wanted to. I wish I'd always. It's always one of those things like I wish I'd always kept up the wrestling thing.
yeah.
I wish I'd always just kept it up. And then a couple of years later, I said, fuck it, I'm going to go back and give it another go. Like,
Yeah.
So then I started retraining as a wrestler. But when I trained the first time originally, I only ever had one match in front of a crowd. And it was one of those things that were like, we're just going to stick you in a tag team and you can just have a match. What's your name again? I was like, Steve Savage.
Yeah.
That's the name we're going with.
Yeah.
Steve Savage, and that's just how it's
That's
come
what
from there.
when you posted about that you were going back wrestling and stuff like that and blah blah blah, that's the first thing I thought straight away. I was like, oh cool, you don't even need to change your name. That's just a very cool name. Fucking wrestler
It
name
works
as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about, like, I was like, first thing I have to ask him is why did I call you Steve Savage or whatever. And then I was like, Savage is actually a fucking surname, so it could have actually, it could actually be your surname.
I often get people inside in the shop and they're like, hey, do you know Pat Savage? And I'm like, he's an uncle of yours. I'm like, Pat, don't know Pat, man. How's he getting on with the kids these days? Good. I had someone messaged me a few weeks ago saying that, like, she was looking through her family tree or something, and asking me was I Pat. I was like, I didn't even have the heart to reply to the message.
Yeah. She saw you open up the new shop, you see, and she was trying to sponge off you. My relative is doing good. Why did you go with, what's the story with Social Club? What's the difference to that and Hard Knocks above?
Hard Knocks, we were just doing strictly tattoos.
Okay.
It always has been just tattoos. With the Social Club, the idea of it is we want to put a lot of stuff under the one roof. The unit that we're in is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
At the moment, we only have the first floor of it open. We actually have a second floor.
Oh, lovely.
We had to get the doors open. Like, we were kind of like, fuck me, man. We're in the...
You need to start making money.
We need to start making money.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Obviously, the other place is
the
closed.
other place is closed,
Yeah.
And we were hoping to have a bit of a kind of a crossover that we'd still have the other shop and open this shop, but it just didn't work out. Like that.
Of
Like,
course,
we have to get them
too much.
get it open. So we were initially thinking of putting a barbers in there as well as tattooing. We're not 100% sure on that, but there's a makeup artist in there. There's some lady going to come in and do nails and a couple other bits and pieces. There's a body piercer in there. Eventually, we might do a barbers on the top floor of it, but we want it to be more of a big cool place to come rather than, like, obviously it'll always be a tattoo studio. That'll always be the bread and butter of Hard Knocks is tattoos, you know. We just wanted to branch out. I've been doing this, I've had the other studio for 10 years, you know what I mean? And we kind of wanted, myself and Sean Lyons have gone partners on this one, so it's like, we could open tattoo shops every day of the week, on little corners here and there, but I kind of wanted to do something different. That was my last 10 years, and I'll try something different for my next 10 years, you know.
Oh, so, yeah, that's the job.
Yeah, that's
it's different as well. Like.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. Like, is there?
There's a lot of artists in the city, man. Limerick's like, and I always say this, man, and it's not just because I'm from Limerick. I think Limerick's a fucking great city for tattooing. I think the quality of work is actually great, and there's massive standards. But fuck me, there's shops on every corner now.
There's a few of them after popping up in the last few years. Like,
so how do we stand out? And do something different, you know what I mean? So just
exactly. When people are going in, it's a clever idea as well. Like, you know, if people are just going in there for a haircut and they see, like, oh man, that fucking tattoo he did there was cool. Like, you know, whatever. They might see pictures on the wall or whatever the fuck, you know. And it's just kind of familiarizes them with being in a tattoo parlor. Like, and you know, it kind of.
Well, we've noticed just a lot of people that tattooing is such across the board now anyway. But we notice people coming in, like, a lot more walking trade with the street that we're on. It's on one of the main streets in Limerick. Yeah. And people that you can tell it's their first time in a studio. You know what I mean? And then they might be getting a small piercing done, or they might be chatting with Cheryl about makeup or something. And then they're kind of saying, do you know what? I've always wanted to get a tattoo, but I've never been in a shop.
Exactly.
I think that stigma might still be there with tattooing, that some people are like, want to get a tattoo, but fuck, I don't know what it's like going into a shop.
I remember that, man. I remember that years ago before I had tattoos, like, to walk into a tattoo studio and ask about it. It felt like...
Yeah, it's the same with anything though, isn't it?
Yeah, but like for some reason with tattoos it was worse though. Because like, I don't know, I was fucking really young as well. I got my first tattoos when I was about 15. Like,
same as me.
That was back in the day. You wouldn't get away with that now. Like, I got it done in a fucking tattoo studio in town. Like,
but I actually love hearing this because I forget about it myself. And I hear it and I go, fuck me, I actually remember, like, getting my first tattoo. And again, like that.
What was your first tattoo?
A pentagram, because I was a huge Slipknot fan at the time.
Oh, yeah?
So a pentagram in my stomach.
Hail Satan.
I was going through that teenager phase.
Like, even now you have tattoos in your face, like, and stuff, but you got them done, like, back before anybody really had, like, all these rappers and all that's out nowadays, they have them and people just like, oh yeah, that rapper got it done because this rapper has it done and blah blah blah. But you had it before that. Like, did you get a lot of fucking?
I did.
Did you get stick over that now? Like, it's more normalized now. Like, you know, people just look and go, oh, cool, look at him, you know, whatever.
But if I'm being honest, man, I've never really got stick over it. I was like, you might in a club somewhere like that, you might get some fella being smart and stuff. Like, oh, be arse now dealing with this.
Yeah.
But never generally like, or you get a couple of older people like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And I actually have a weird explanation on getting my eyebrows tattooed. I remember getting someone was like, fuck me. That was the first one. I was like,
you better explain now, because there's some people who listen to this on audio and they can't see us, so they might think that you have them fucking eyebrows tattooed. He does.
I have a few stars.
You have stars behind your eyebrows. Yeah.
I started tattooing very young. I was like 17, 18, and I wasn't shit at school. I just didn't fucking like school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I knew even if I finished it, I'm not. If there's any younger listeners, like, don't do your leaving cert.
Yeah. Stay in school.
I just knew it wasn't for me. You know what I mean? And I was reading a book, Travis Barker, Blink-182 drummer, and I remember talking about getting his first tattoos when he got his neck tattooed. Because he got his neck tattooed when he was young, because he always just wanted to do what he wanted to do to make money.
Yeah.
He said, no one will ever employ me.
Yeah.
I've heard that a couple of times, but like, I'm going to do this, so then I have no choice but to fucking pursue what I want to do.
Exactly. Yeah. That was my thinking. Yeah, it's going to work though, I guess. You know? Even if I didn't get my fucking face, I was think I would have still stuck to my guns. Like, but,
I think a lot with tattoos is your own self-consciousness. Me, personally, sometimes I can be in a certain place and I start getting a bit self-conscious if they're shown, or if I'm doing something, like if I'm involved in something.
You just feel like
I'm involved in. I feel like it's my own judgmental stuff.
Yeah, you're
I'm
just
judging
thinking
myself, doing other people's thinking,
pulling down your sleeves and all.
Exactly.
I know I'm heavily tattooed. I still feel like that in certain things. Not that I'm going to put a collar up or whatever, but I might.
There's no fucking point.
I know, but I might try to wear a shirt or maybe put my hair a bit to the side. Or something.
But it looks class
at the moment, like you'd get away with wearing a hazmat suit walking around, like so. It'd be grand.
But that's the thing. I don't know. I think when you have so many tattoos, then it looks better. Like if you only had one tattoo, if you only had that one above your eyebrow, that's it. You know, you probably look and go,
you would, like,
when you have a load of them, then it's just like, cool. And I think I've seen you pictures of you in shirts and stuff before, like that, and you see all the tattoos sticking out, and it's just class looking. Like
I forget. I think you forget they're there a lot of the time. You know what I mean? But what you do see some young fellas now, because it's Post Malone, for instance. You know what I mean? He just has a lot of stuff on his face and stuff. And do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. I get to see young fellas a lot lately just getting their hand tattooed. Just one hand tattoo.
I saw that as well.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not.
They just wanted to be seen, I suppose.
It used to be the complete opposite, like, didn't it?
It was like you start with like your arm up here, work from there. So,
but that's the way that it's gone. It's gone so normalized now, like that. Like I think you can't get your hair cut now without a fucking person having a hand tattoo. Like it's a pure barber thing. I think like, well, one of the fucking fields like barbers just like have loads of fucking.
Yeah, I think the stigma around tattoos is more or less gone. Like it used to be seen as, like, back in the day. I remember even my mother saying it when I was a child. He looks like a jailbird, because it was only people who were in prison that used to get tattoos at one stage. Like, so, but nowadays they're like a fucking fashion accessory or something, and they're cool and
normalized.
Everyone's fucking used to it. Like,
we'll see. I'm waiting for a lot of us to be. I think there's going to be a lot of cool looking 80, 90-year-olds.
Passing like that.
The only thing is, though, you won't be able to make them out because they'll be wrinkled.
Oh, cool tattoo.
Got up. Well, Granda, can I see that there?
What did this used to be?
What does that say, Nan, on your lower back? Sassy bitch.
Remember the fucking dog prints were a trend there about 10 years ago.
When
you see those jokes, they're going to be like,
what's
fucking
that, Granny?
elephant.
What's that, Granny? A tramp stamp?
Fuck's sake. What's this one? You have like a word here at the side of your temple, I suppose.
Focus tattooed there.
You drive a Focus.
Yeah. Not about that Focus.
Fuck's sake.
Was it you who put up that meme yesterday of the butterfly going around with with a tattoo of a bird on him?
Yeah, see that? Very good, yeah.
It was a butterfly with a picture of a woman, like,
on its lower back.
Yeah. Man, this is coming around now, man. You get a lot of their mothers now, like, there's nothing wrong with fucking lower back tattoos, just putting that out there, you know what I mean? But like, obviously tattoos come in trends and stuff. Some of them have been around for a long time, like a lot of traditional stuff, and they still hold up and look great. But in tattooing there is trends, like simple as, you know what I mean? And the amount of people that were getting like tribals on their lower backs or the names and stuff, it's coming around now 10 years later.
It's coming back again, is it?
No.
Oh, sorry, okay.
The cover-ups are coming around now. People are obviously getting older. Maybe their kids are getting older going, man, what?
Yeah.
Like, I was reading a meme the other day about tramp stamp.
You have one of them.
Or who's Martin that's on your lower back?
Yeah, man, I have a fucking fighting Irish tattoo. Jesus Christ, like.
I sometimes I think some tattoos are so like, I would say I'm going to pure offend you, but
not at all, man.
Kill or something.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, they actually become cool again. I'm like,
keep it. Do you know what it was with me back then? Like I said, I was 15 and I was mad to get a tattoo. I just wanted to have a tattoo, like, and I couldn't decide. I was like, if I get this and then I don't like it next year, and you know, or if something changes, blah blah blah. So I was like, at least with that, I'm always going to be Irish, and like, you know, blah blah blah. So that's what I was thinking. But then I look at it about a year later, I'm like, the fuck did I get
At least you don't have. At least you don't have a Peppa Pig tattoo.
Yeah,
I have. Like, did you see that?
Of course you do, of course. But that's fitting. That's a story. Like, isn't it?
Do you know what? That's why, because people are kind of looking, going like, well, probably like, you know, people are looking, going, why the fuck would he get a tattoo of Peppa Pig? Like, because it's a fucking, it marks a fucking time in my life. Like, it's a massive part of my fucking life. Whether I'm making anything out of it or not, people are still going to look at me and go, there's your man, do you know, Peppa Pig fella, whatever the fuck. So I just thought, right, why not fucking document that part of my life with a small tattoo? Like, so, fuck it.
Any of the tattoos that are like most meaningful ones to me will say, like, they're all just small things, small little letters or small little, not so much quotes, like, but really small little things. And I'm like, I actually remember that. I have a shitty dollar sign and some other stupid thing there that mean absolutely nothing. I can't even really pinpoint why I got them done. Yeah. But every time I look at them, I remember a certain time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This one specific time, like about 8 years ago. It's just, you know, something.
Yeah, that can be
like,
basically like a fucking talisman. Have you heard of that? Like what a talisman is? That's basically what it is. Just an object that will kind of like remind you of a certain time, like a fucking wedding ring or something. Every time you look at it, you remember the wedding day or whatever. Like,
really, it's a hobby for you, isn't it? Like it's a hobby and a job at the same time, in
like
a way.
A jobby.
Well, a hobby, you know, is a bit like dismissive. I think it's a passion, I suppose.
Yeah, same thing. Really,
a passion that he gets paid for. So that's the dream.
Like, look, there is a job aspect of it when you have.
I suppose wrestling will be more.
Or the Limerick City Council are going, come here, we want our rate money. You know? Then it's the job. Like, and sometimes I do it to remind myself. It's like, look, I don't have to wear a uniform to work. I mean, like, I get to get up and I get to tattoo people. Exactly. But I think with I guess you always hear the thing about with chefs, like they started chefing and they started hating cooking, as opposed to they obviously wanted a chef in the first place because they love cooking. They still love tattooing, but like I do have to take it as a job as well. You know?
Obviously, but. You know what I mean? But you get to do something you like.
The fucking concentration involved though, man. If you're doing like, what's the longest session you'll do? Probably 3 or 4 hours or something.
Yes, like you'll take breaks. You know what I mean? You can do a full day session. You know what I mean? Like maybe 6-7 hours on a guy, but you take a break. You know
Most people probably wouldn't take that, then, though, would they?
You do get a lot of lads that are like going, "Oh, it's the whole day." The whole day. And I'm like, "We'll just see where you get on." I'll sit it. I don't fucking care. I'll sit it. Like, all right, man. We'll just see where you get on. Kind of 2 hours in, you're like, crap, Luke said there now in a dairy milk.
I'm just thinking to myself, this is the fucking weirdest thing. When you were talking about that, I can remember when I was in getting the cross on my side done after, and I think, who was it with? Can't remember. We went up to the shop and I got you a bottle of Luke said. I swear to God. And it was about fucking 8 years ago. Like,
there you go. Every time you think of a bottle of Luke said, I remember
that you were just saying it about taking a break and getting a bottle of Luke said. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, like.
That was when your Lucas said addiction started.
That was it, man. It was all downhill from there, man. Shaking on the Lucas.
He's on the glucose.
Fucking sorry.
But it's one very unusual job though, man, in the way like that. Everyone has an off day, like in their job, and like most people will be like, fair enough. Look, do you know, if you got a painter if you got a painter in and he didn't do a great job that day, you say, look, fuck it happens. But you're not allowed that at all.
No,
if you fuck up someone's tattoo,
you have to be concentrated. You have to be.
You
know what I mean? You have to like, you have to want to put it. Like you have to. Like if I go into work, I'm like, oh man, I can't be fucking doing today. Realistically, I shouldn't be in work. You know what I mean? Like, if I have other stuff going on outside, like personal stuff, no, sometimes work can take it away. The other stuff, you can come in and go, I'm just focusing on work, you know. But I mean, you don't. For a client wise, if I'm tattooing you, you don't want to sit down and be like, man, this guy seems like he's having a bad day. Like, it's not the most comforting for the client either. But yeah, it's just a matter of like.
That's what I was saying. You have to be. You're passionate. Yeah, Eugene was right there and saying I worded it wrong, saying hobby. Passionate.
Hobby sounds like you're doing your little hobby.
But like it's still like
collect stamps and permanently.
But what I was getting at was something you enjoy, and if you're passionate about it, I don't think there's anything. For somebody doing it, would you say it'd be good to do something like that? If you were having a bad time outside, you could focus on doing the tattoo, and it would take you away from all that.
It actually does a lot. It does a lot. Do you know what I mean? It really does. That you come in and it's one of those things. You just leave your shit at the door.
Yeah.
Like, you know? And as well as with tattooing, like there's a lot of us like we're professional tattoo artists. You know what I mean? We're in Ireland, like we don't have a piece of paper that says we don't have a degree. Professional tattoo artist. You know what I mean? So to call yourself a professional, like you have to fucking carry yourself and act like a professional.
Of course.
So,
did you get a tattoo of what?
What's that?
A degree.
A tattoo. Pro on my other end.
Focus Pro.
First class honours.
Yeah, that's something I was going to ask you about as well, because like I messed around with trying to do a few tattoos ages ago. I'd say most people did, but it was actually my brother used to sell tattoo supplies for years. That was his business. Like, and so he gave me all the shit, the tattoo machine, the fucking foot pedals, all that shit. Like, so I was messing around with it on practice skin. All that stuff. It's like rubber, but it's very hard to work with. Like, so did you do that kind of shit, or did you practice on bits of animals?
Man, pig skin, and I'd still to this day, man, this fucking smell of it. I just remember, like, I was apprenticed by a Spanish guy, and I'd be stuck over in the corner of the room with this pig skin. And I could have fucking started the whole what's the one before coronavirus?
Oh, the swine flu.
Swine flu. Get swine flu off of that. But I still to this day, I remember I used to practice. Yeah, that's what I practiced on, was pigskin, and then a couple willing mates and few legs here and there, you know.
Chance your first one.
Though,
yeah,
no one could just pick up tattoo and I say no.
Like, do you know what? There's no better time than now as well, because like Limerick has one of the fucking best art colleges in, you know, and everyone kind of wants to get into tattooing now as well. You know, some people have it, and some people just fucking don't. You know what I mean? I've seen other guys that are unbelievable artists, like unbelievable, like drawing these portraits and stuff. I'm like, how in the fuck are they doing this? Like, and then when it comes to tattooing, it's just doesn't really click with them. You know what I mean?
Be down to the.
It's a completely different thing though, man. Like the way you do all the shading and the different colorings and all that, like with a fucking needle, like it seems impossible. Like looking at it,
and even now, man, like as far as like tattooing being so big, is there's like machines and the quality of needles, quality of ink is just so high and so up there. That, like we have what's the word I'm looking for? Our tools, I guess. You know what I mean? Like I mean it as in like we have the tools to do anything we want. But our actual tools are amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's just getting better and better and better. So the quality of work is just getting way more out there. You know what I mean?
You'd have no elastics on it anymore, would you? Still
so you could just stick on elastics still.
No, ladies, call in. Their tools are amazing. But I tell you, he's living our childhood dream as well, being a wrestler, isn't he?
Yeah,
I remember when I was a young fella, you want to be a wrestler because I was obsessed with it. Like,
fucking Hulk back in like Hulk Hogan, fucking the Ultimate Warrior. I loved,
Fucking Ultimate Warrior, man, you can't be.
I've been thinking about that the last few days, though. No, by your professional wrestler and all that. Now, and I was thinking, should I relive my childhood dream, but not as Macho Man Randy Savage? Maybe as it's okay to talk about your feelings, man. Or do a spin on it.
I'm not even joking. If there was ever a time to do this in pro wrestling, it's now. I can see a really nice shirt on, you know, shaking everyone's hand. Gloves this week.
That's his finishing move.
How are you feeling?
His finishing move when he slams him and he's like, he slams him to the ground. He's like, "Why you like this? Why are you being so aggressive towards me?"
A bear hug, literally a hug.
Pick him up. Like, stop being so hard on yourself. You know what? I fucking love wrestling. You know what I mean? Simple as I love wrestling, and like this is even like what you would call this as a gimmick. You know what I mean? Wrestling's so many people are so serious about it. You know, you have to be like, everyone has to be like Chris Benoit, or everyone has to be like this. But like wrestling's so open to everyone that you have room for gimmicks like this on a show. You know what I mean? If you do, and then you have room for some guy to be serious, and another guy if he wants to be a clown, or he wants. It's just so open, like, you know.
And what's the story with it? Because obviously when everybody looks at like WWF and WWE and all that, like, oh, wrestling fake. But how fake is it? Like,
that's the word. Like,
do you know what? Because that's the word that's associated with you. Like,
personal.
It is like. I'm not saying like.
Do you want to see fucking?
I was walking up to it. He just came straight
but that's what I mean. Like, you know, how real actually is?
Okay,
is it
like, put it like. We're entertainers.
Of course.
We're entertainers, and there's.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, you are entertaining. So obviously there's realness to it, because you're really entertaining people, and
you can really get hurt the fuck.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're not going in there with the intentions to actually hurt your opponent. Like,
no.
So that's kind of.
In fact, it's complete opposite.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, you're trying to look after each other. If anything, like, make sure they don't fall too hard or whatever. Like.
No, there is also working stiff. You know what I mean? We're like a couple of guys. Like, I prefer to get hit harder in the ring. No, not fucking. Booted in the jaw, like where I kind of have to ring someone, but come here. I like my style of wrestling would be like Chris Benoit. I probably shouldn't reference his name, but you know, I like that kind of harder hitting style, and like I always put it back to my first ever wrestling show I went to when I was a kid. I remember seeing a wrestler and being like, "Oh my god, it's a wrestler!" Like,
And was that like WWF back then?
No, man, it was like some small show in UL or something.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was. I just remember seeing a wrestler and be like, you just knew he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
A strong guy, and it was just fucking cool to me at the time. It was just, it still is. I still get fascinated by wrestling matches. Like, but going back to your question, like that guy was an entertainer. You know what I mean? And you know, just like stepping into that locker room and being an entertainer is fucking amazing. It's what
of course, yeah, of course.
There is a real aspect of it.
Yeah, that's. I'm just wondering, like, what way does it? Do you know how? What are you actually looking at when you see you and another guy in the ring? Like, do you know what? One word that, and I hope I don't offend any wrestlers that might watch this back. One word that I always try to put out there is it's like live improv. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to a show and be like, we're doing this.
Yeah. You just kind of go with it.
It's not scripted at all.
And do you know what? I didn't get it at first when I was wrestling. I was fucking nervous, man. Really nervous being in the ring because I was like, what if I do this? Or if I drop this guy wrong, you know? And then the kind of more you wrestle, the more the matches might get a little bit looser. And then you start realizing, like, oh my God, I fucking get it.
Okay.
I get that feeling.
You figure out how what you're doing. Like,
of making a crowd feel something.
Yeah.
I can't explain it to you. Like, you know, you come back and it's just, you think something in your head and then it's just kind of, sometimes it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Sometimes when it does happen organically, I always have to put this out there, like Limerick has done me massively proud but every time I've wrestled in Limerick, like, because the fucking fans say are after game. Honestly, you're after game.
Bring their own chairs and all, did I?
I swear to God, man, a few of them would be like, if I put my hand outside the ring, they'd hand me a chair. Hopefully just a chair, not a broken bottle or something.
Gift him, Steve.
They hand you a bottle of Heineken, you're like, no, something different.
A knife, huh? Play on the stereotypes then.
But that's what you see is like it's two guys in the ring that what a lot of people don't see. One guy could have travelled fucking 4 hours.
Of course,
do this 10-minute match. You know what I mean? Another guy could have travelled from the UK, do a 10-minute match to get in the ring, improvise on something, and make a crowd feel something.
Of course,
Leave their shit at the door, come in for 2 hours, and just cheer the bad guy, cheer, boo whoever you want to. And just leave your shit at the door. And I love seeing the Dover Ian's crowds, like because we're all wrestling fans. You know what I mean? Remember The Rock and Austin. And
yeah.
Don't come to the shows and start being like, oh well, that looked fake.
Exactly.
Get on your Twitter fucking thing.
If you're a fan, just go. Like, my brother now was massive into wrestling. I think he actually saw you one time before performing. Yeah. I'm not too sure now if he did. I think he did, but he's fucking mad into it. Like, he loves all the old school wrestlers and all that shit. So he thinks it's fairly cool.
Like, some of the shows we've done down in Dolan's and like some of the hardest looking cunts you see in the city, like, you know what I mean? Graham, for instance, actually. But some of the hardest looking cunts, and you just see them at a wrestling show, and they're just there to fucking enjoy the show.
Brings you back to your childhood, I suppose.
Class. It is really class. Like, and even afterwards, just chatting to a couple of lads and stuff, it's just
talented
cool,
lads.
like.
I've been watching a lot of the old ones lately. For some reason, they're coming up on Facebook. For you, you know, the sponsor and all that, and all the old ones are coming up, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. Yeah. And you remember years ago two would be fighting, and then all of a sudden the music would come on for another one to come. And even it brought me back to my childhood. Remember getting all excited when you see one of them running in to help the other, and you're just like, lads.
Or when you knew Royal Rumble was coming up, and everyone was all excited. Oh man!
Do you know, it's still one of those things like Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. There's obviously pay-per-views on all the time now, you know what I mean? It's bigger than ever, but the Royal Rumble and Mania are still one of those things where I get my brother and come over there and we sit down and watch this. It's still good crack, like, you know.
Yeah.
So like, you wouldn't know, say like if you had a match coming up now or whatever, you wouldn't know your opponent beforehand or anything like that.
Sometimes you would. Sometimes you wouldn't.
Jesus.
Depends on the show.
Who decides who wins then?
We can't be answering this question.
We'll leave that one. That's the thing that I would have always assumed, like, that you would have known each other and that there was a script and it was going to be like, I'm going to slam you in this round and you're going to do this and then blah 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 and then this person wins. I thought that was all kind of like
the
pre-decided or whatever.
Not move for move, you know what I mean? And like, so it's
they kind of see what move you're going for when you're going for it. But
again, bear in mind, I could go to a show in Dublin tomorrow or something and I could meet a guy for the first time.
Yeah,
never met him before.
I suppose no matter how much you plan it, it's not going to go. Even if you did try and plan it, like,
work out. And that's what I'm finding in wrestling lately is like I really like meeting newer guys. Like, this could be a test now, you know what I mean? Because I'm learning, man. I'm still learning. You know what I mean? I'm learning from these newer guys and stuff. And you get in the ring, and it's everyone you wrestle. Sometimes it's class picking up newer things and. Some guys might call moves. I'm like, I don't fucking even know what he's calling. We'll just call it.
So like, do you chat to each other like as it's going on inside? Sure. Like, I'm going to do this now.
Who knows? Watch closely.
I've often done that, man. When I'm watching like on telly, I watch it and I was like, he's telling him there now. Like, and I'm going to throw a kick here or whatever. Like,
or that bird in the audience there is looking all excited. Let me look good now in front of her.
And so, like, is there a problem where, say, especially when you're fucking up against people that you don't know and all that some fellas will just go a bit too hard and I'd end up fucking injuring people and shit like
There's
that.
definitely going to be
Because
goals
that
in every
you get
sport.
that
Like,
even in every gym
Yeah.
with fucking sparring and shit like that. When you're supposed to go light, there's fellas that get carried away. Like
Yeah, you're going to see it. You're going to see it on shows.
You're going to see masculinity no matter where you go. No?
toxic masculinity, is that?
Yeah, like that. I think it's in every sport, man. I guess, where some guys might not take a liking to either, and, as simple as
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I never thought of that. No,
some people, even though I can openly say this, I've never been in a show where I've seen someone intentionally try to hurt someone.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean, so I wouldn't like to be fucking. I hope to God I wouldn't. In Irish, by the way, I'm just putting this out there. Irish wrestling at the moment is fucking booming. Like it's massive, man. Jesus Christ! Like OTT in Dublin just had a 3,000 people show. They had to cancel over this fucking.
Oh,
coronavirus.
yeah.
But like that's 3,000 people for an independent wrestling show. That's not WWE,
Yeah.
and they're selling it out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
fucking
cool.
crazy, man. You know what I mean? So Irish wrestling is growing massively, and like the talent. And I'm not just fucking saying this because I'm from Ireland, but the talent that's coming out of Ireland, and it's notable now because the guys are going to WWE. They're going all over Europe or Japan and whatever. It's some of the talent that these guys, man, is fucking unbelievable. Like I'm sitting back there watching shows, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like this is just. And they're young fellas, man. Do you know what I mean? They're like I'm 30. You know what I mean? Like so. I could be kind of pushed on as far as wrestling goes.
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
some of these guys, and they deserve the world. You know what I mean? They deserve they're way up there. Like their talent is way up there. Like
Yeah.
I think one of the big questions everyone wants to ask you: are you the good guy or the bad guy?
It depends on the city. I'll tell you one. The first time I wrestled down in Cork, I was like, they're going to hate me because I very predominantly always want to be announced from Limerick City. I always said, so I was like, I don't know if they're going to fucking like this or not, but they were. Cork has kind of become a second home to me now. So don't be shitting on Cork here.
All right, bye.
Cork is cool, yeah.
It depends on this. I actually like. Did I say this? I love working as a bad guy. I love like
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think it's easier to get people to hate you.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's
Yeah,
easier to
yeah.
get people because
A lot less work, basically.
yeah,
like
you just
People are looking at her like, they're not Boone. Look, that girl is going to be fucking.
Oh, there she is. Now she's going.
Now she's Boone, now everyone else is Boone.
Every time I see this at shows, and I'm like, I never actually said this to anyone, but I'm always watching. If you ever see a couple at a show,
Yeah.
it's like, why did you bring your missus to this
Yeah.
show? This come to shows women, by the way. It's not a sexist show.
Yeah, it's just that like one person, or even the opposite way around, the woman might be into the man isn't, and throwing certain things,
But
whatever.
If you're a bad guy, it's instantly like, I'm gonna fucking reek on this or fucking talk to this guy's missus like straight away. It's instant heat. Like people are gonna say, not like you straight away. You know?
after you said that, I've one more big question to ask you. Is there women Irish wrestlers and how to find parts?
Yeah, there's I'll tell you, last WrestleMania was headlined by an Irish wrestler, an Irish woman wrestler.
Yeah.
Like headline Becky Lynch. She trained in Bray. Like
That
First
WrestleMania.
first ever woman to main event at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, there are a few Irish people. Well, isn't there your man Sheamus?
Sheamus, yeah.
He's in
Balor.
WWE as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Jordan Devlin, a load of guys. Michael May and stuff just went to the WWE. Valkyrie's just gone to WK. There's a lot of Irish names coming up. Like and women's wrestling is in a place at the moment where it's never been. Like these, they're fucking athletes. Like at the end of the day, like they're 100%, 110% like top class athletes. Like that's it's all they deserve to be called.
Do they get equal pay?
I'm sure they do. I hope they do.
Someone will be getting body slammed otherwise.
There's a big growth in women's wrestling recently, like a massive growth in women's wrestling. You know what I mean? So it's not just fucking tits and arse anymore. You know what I mean? It's just women
I thought
like,
that's what you were on about. The tits and arse.
I grew up in them.
mean like implants and stuff?
That's why I asked you where to find birds, because I want to know how much growth was
you
needed.
just want he's interested. Like, am I going to go to his next wrestling show?
You like Crystal? Yeah. No. You have the top. You have the logo on your top and everything. Oh yeah.
You have
There
to
with
show
the
all the fellas in tiny
binoculars
shorts.
The binoculars. And all that.
Yeah, she's a very good wrestler. She's a very good wrestler.
You pin her down.
Yeah. So
Well,
like,
that's your one, Becky Lynch.
I tell you, that's all very interesting, man.
oh, fuck it, actually. Yeah, I forgot about that. Ronda
Brilliant,
Rousey sure has
There you go.
gone over there as well.
Yeah.
She's a big deal now these days.
No,
and
but I
fucking-
always knew there was women wrestlers because I've seen it over the years. But I was just wondering, is it getting big in Ireland as well? Like,
Yeah, it's
I got a joke out of it, but genuinely
I
interested
really
as
just
well.
wanted to know.
Yeah. Just
was it
Russell,
worth your while to go to the next show?
Russell's a feminist, Steve. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
He's just making sure that the women are being looked after.
That's the truth.
Yeah. But like fucking man, I've often heard like it's funny because even when we had Graham on here a few weeks ago, we ended up talking about wrestling and we didn't even know you were coming on at that stage.
Okay.
And like he was talking about that film, The Wrestler. Is it Mickey
Rourke?
Mickey Rourke, yeah, and he was saying it was fucking brilliant, like and all. But the injuries, like there's some wrestlers. Did you? I was flicking through your Instagram, just looking at photos and stuff.
I had my first match last week. And it was my first match in a year. My knee was in bits, like
from wrestling. Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Was it a wrestling related injury?
Yeah. If it wasn't, I couldn't. So I fell off my bike.
Yeah, exactly. But I was wrestling at home on my own.
I was with my brother. Yeah, man, I got hurt in the ring. It's real. It is real. I've seen, and one thing's getting injured because you're like, just get injured, but seeing people get injured is fucking scary as well. You know what I mean? Because you know it straight away. You know the difference between someone taking a bump and someone taking like a bad bump. You're like, oh. It's worrying. It is worrying.
Yeah.
And even though a lot of wrestlers like might not train the same gyms and stuff, still a little family. Like, still see stuff in a show. Like, so they are fucking real. Like, you know what I mean? It is real. And there's always
Owen Hart, he died from an injury in the ring, didn't he?
There was more than an injury. He fucking fell from a rafter. Like.
Is that what?
Yeah,
there was a bit.
He was a freak accident.
He climbed up.
Yeah.
Did he climb up a big ladder or something like that?
He's been lowered to the ring by like a stunt. Like he's been lowered to the ring.
No way.
By a harness, like something.
Yeah.
The fucking thing just broke.
Jesus
Did someone die of when they were doing a backflip or some shit like that as well?
Yes, a guy broke his neck.
I'd say there's been loads.
Would you be acrobatic like that now and doing backflips and?
Jimmy Snuka.
Remember
Jimmy Snuka?
I seen his story last week. He was blamed for murdering his girlfriend. He didn't get done for it about 20 odd years later.
Just the other side of wrestling. There's a lot of dodgy stuff in wrestling.
Yeah, I think that's what Graham was talking about actually, wasn't it? He was saying that a lot of the lads just they went mad like and fucking killed their families and shit like that. Was it you?
100 countdown of how they died. A lot of them were suicides and a lot of them were drug related, but a good few were murders as well. Like they were murdered and that.
You know what, man? Like I don't know if I find this super interesting because being as a wrestler, but I still find like looking back at it also some of it is. I don't know how there's not more movies about it because some of the guys back in the day, like it seems like some of the guys that got out alive, like Ric Flair and Hogan and stuff, like these guys are on the road like 300 days a year, like, you know, and just like their lifestyle wasn't fucking like super healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it was.
Fucking eating 25 eggs a day and all this crack, like just
fucking say eating 25 grams a night as well, like you know what I mean? So like I don't know how like what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of younger deaths and there's guys like in their 40s, 50s and stuff, you know, that were all the guys that we watched growing up, like like flies. Like,
I couldn't believe the earthquake. Do you remember him years ago? He's dead.
Was he like a big fucking
big
sumo wrestler or something?
He would have had the build of a sumo. Big guy, like.
Was there not one that was an actual sumo wrestler?
Rikishi Fatu.
Yokozuna, Jesus Christ. There was somebody talking about him recently as well. Yeah,
we were talking. We actually had a conversation about this for some reason there a couple of weeks ago, and I remember I was on about Rikishi, and you were saying, no, I think there's another one. You remember Yokozuna? I was like, there's definitely one called Rikishi anyway. I remember Rikishi, and Rikishi Fatu, wasn't it? And I went down to Google and all the phone. I was like, no, see? But I can't remember. I think that might have been then I started looking. I think I saw a related search that somebody had searched, like, are The Undertaker and Kane really brothers or something like that? And then I kept looking. I was looking at all different fucking things about wrestling, like Googling all different things, just all ones that I could remember, like Mankind and fucking all this kind of shit. That would have been there.
I couldn't grow up on, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin would be my first, like, big,
yeah.
So around that, like, 98, 97, 98.
Yeah, I remember watching it in the mornings and all before going to school and shit.
See, I'm a bit older than you. I was actually stopped watching it by then. Like,
exactly. Yeah, I didn't know anything about fucking Mankind and all that. Like, I remember talking to you about it. Was there? He had a sock or something.
Yeah. He used to pull it out and there'd be a smelly socket or whatever, and he shoved it in his opponent's mouth or something, wasn't it?
It's like something you see in Limerick on the Saturday night.
Do you not have any little gimmick like that or any signature moves or anything?
No.
You can't hold them. You wouldn't never get away with hold them down and tattooing their forehead or anything.
Loser. I'm not saying it wasn't talked about. And I know a couple of lads as well. They're like, yeah, man, it'd be fucking great. Fucking do it.
Do it to me. You don't give a fuck.
Literally, leave your mark.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, that'd be a mad one.
That's what I always kind of thought. Do you know the way, like, if you were at a house party or whatever, drinking or whatever the fuck, even nothing too major, and somebody, even if you're just innocent having a sleepover and you're a child and somebody falls asleep and you're drawing the face with a marker, because I was thinking, imagine falling asleep at a tattoo artist party and would shit happen? Like, have you ever seen anything like that?
Openly say no, like not hasn't happened in my house. I'll put
You
it that
couldn't,
way.
You'd want to be comatose.
I know,
Oh,
but man,
yeah.
have you heard of some of the things that have happened to people? Just stupid little pranks over the years, and you think, what? How did they do that to someone? Like, you know,
pain like
Wasn't
that.
there something
Yeah.
there a few years ago? Didn't some fella in Russia or something putting Russia under the bus here? But I think it was somewhere. Didn't some fella tattoo like a piece of shit on some bird's back?
yeah.
Oh,
There was a big
yeah.
thing trending around there a year or two ago.
Yeah, she asked for something and he did like a lump of shit or something, was it?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
What the fuck, man? Who's doing this? Like,
Yeah.
Probably walked in now all up in herself and the whole lot, like, put tattoo there on my back. And I said, I'll fix her now. Put on a piece of shit to say you
I
are
ruined
a
my
piece of shit.
reputation.
Yeah.
look,
Well, all depends on what way you look at it. He was probably a legend after it if she was well known for being a goal. You know what I mean?
A goal. Oh, look,
Maybe,
here
yeah.
it is here on the screen, look.
oh my
Oh,
God.
man.
Did a man secretly tattoo excrement on his ex-girlfriend's back? Oh, it was his ex-girlfriend.
Yes!
Oh,
was
man.
getting interested.
Lads, what are you doing? Why is she getting tattooed by her ex?
I know.
Yeah, like that's like you just don't go there. Like
You really got the
Jesus.
shadowing really, really well.
He did, yeah. Very good.
See the way
There's good stink rays
I
going
was
on.
just going to say, yeah, he got in the
stink lines
stink
and
line.
everything. I also have, do you know Kirk Van Outen's Dignity?
Yeah,
I've that at my ankle.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Dignity, yeah. He showed that to me one time and he was
Yeah.
like, look at that. And I have no idea.
Yeah. And then that's why I wanted it, so I could be like, it's Dignity, God.
That one when
Do
he
you want me
did,
to show the cat? Because the cat's going to get it.
is that the one when he had the tape? Can I borrow
Yeah,
a
yeah,
finger
yeah, yeah.
across? That
I was actually, that's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking I'd love to get that tape. Small little fucking.
Do you sleep in the same bed as him?
Yeah. The wrestling car, yeah.
Yeah, that's Simpsons reference for all
Yeah.
the people like me out there. I had no idea what he was talking about when he was showing it to me. Like, he was like, Dignity, man. And I was like, what? I was
But
thinking,
that's
and all,
what-
is this like the symbol for?
But that's why,
Couldn't
because,
make it out like.
because in,
So this is what happens in tattoo shops. You see a tattoo like this, and you come in and you're like, my friend had a really good idea. He actually got Dignity tattooed on him. I'm kind of really into it. You know what I mean? At the moment, like, you know,
Yeah.
if my Dignity's really high. Do you have a kind of a symbol for it? And
Oh,
then you find
yeah.
out, it's like, oh wait.
yeah, he was taking the piss. But yeah, in the episode, they're playing like, what's it called? Like, where you draw something and people have to guess what it is. I think, what would that be
Oh,
called?
yeah. The,
Oh, yeah, the-
charades or...
Charades.
Well, kind of like, but
Yeah,
it's a
not
picture.
charades, it's...
I was just going to say Pictionary. It's not
Pictionary
that,
or
is it?
something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
yeah. So he drew this fucking shape, basically, and everybody in the room was
Yeah.
like, what's that supposed to be?
Yeah.
And he was like, it's Dignity. He's the only one who knows. So that's what I was thinking. If I get that tattoo and I show people or people see it, they'll be like, what's that? And then I can just react in the exact same way that he did because I love The Simpsons, but it's only fucking that size and it's like literally down by my foot, like, so no one's going to fucking see it unless I want them to. So
You surely
It's got
get
a crack, like,
you surely get a lot of people that will get tattoos like that now for the crack. Like,
Yeah, it has changed a little bit. Do you know what a big one we used to do for ages? I was only thinking this coming up because I was like, I'm going to be asked this question.
Yeah.
And someone's going to ask me, do people get the your name thing? Was
yeah,
a big
yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Steve-O probably started that, did he?
Yeah.
Well, made it big, like.
Yeah.
I have your name tattooed on my
That
arse.
was-
Then
It became, obviously, everyone was like, yeah, we know you actually have the words your name tattooed.
Yeah,
It's the one
yeah,
there, there,
yeah.
more than
say,
that.
fuck it, yeah,
People
that's the
just
sickener
get-
actually, isn't it?
Mm.
Because it's there for life. Then,
Yeah,
like,
but what I find, like, I had loads of guys, let's say,
Did you ever do it?
Yeah, fucking loads.
Oh, yeah.
Never get a bird to get insert here just down by
We'll get to that. We'll get to
always
that.
goes there.
Yeah.
Birds are a bit
curious.
more reserved, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
You wouldn't be getting a lawnmower on their pubes or anything like that. Like,
Maybe, could have done
Yeah.
that choice now in fairness. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was another one actually. I'm trying to think
Oh,
of all
yeah.
these, a camel on people's toes. was a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. What, Mikey was asking something there. What you saying, Mikey?
Did anyone ever get a tattoo with their girlfriend and then they broke up? And anyone ever get it?
But the actual, like, as in their actual face, like,
Yeah.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have.
You
but-
haven't.
No,
No.
but girls' names. I'm guilty of that as well. So
Yeah.
too many.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, but you're just
17.
like, yes, not a cover up. Whoa.
If I was with a bird now, she asked me to get her name tattooed, I'd just say the one. You know what I mean? If she says then, why is what? Yeah, you're the one. you
No,
know?
if it was ever like, I'd never get that done either. But if I was to get it done, I wouldn't be getting it done because I was asked to get it done.
Yeah.
Because then you're just like, yeah, go on. So I'll put something on my body that's going to be there for the rest of my life.
You'd be doing
Because
what
you
most
asked
lads
me.
do. You'd
Do you
be
know-
coming into my shop after doing something ridiculously stupid on Saturday night going, man, come here, I have to say sorry.
Yeah.
that's like 9 times out of 10 someone's going, fucked up, man, you know.
If a
yeah.
bird so demanded it, Walshy, would you have red flags like
Of course, obviously.
Yeah,
abandonment issues?
you.
She's just trying to brand you at that
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
And like,
yeah.
But there was
Claim
one that I
ownership.
saw that it kind of was a little meme that went around. It was someone got no regrets tattooed on,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the tattoo
No
artist
regrets.
misspelled it.
Yeah.
It was no
It's
regrets.
brilliant.
And man, I swear to God, I've been so tempted to get it done so many times. I love the idea of having it say like along your forearm or something where it's always going to be seen. So like if you're just in a queue in a shop or something and people are seeing it and going, "Oh my God, he fucked it up." But
Yeah.
no, obviously you didn't.
But
like,
it's just for the crack, like, yeah.
no
regrets.
no regrets. Oh God. Yeah, I seen. Yeah, there's the one I saw. No regrets. Look at that. I'm so tempted to just actually get it done for a crack. Like
What? Live with no. What's that say?
live with no regrets or something as well as that. Yeah,
Regret. Is it?
no regrets.
What about that one? Only
that's
God can
fucking-
judge me, like Tupac.
Somebody wanted regret in Chinese.
They literally wrote regret in Chinese, then in brackets.
Fucking-
The only
fucking
God
hell.
can judge was a big one.
Yeah.
That was a big
And
one.
what
What was the judge in Limerick for a long time? Everyone
Tom, only Judge Tom O'Donnell can judge me.
the amount of times that people wanted to get that done.
Oh yeah.
So,
But they've always thought about. There was one or two guns I reckon I probably would have went through with it, but
Yeah.
it's come up in the conversation with more than a few
man, that's
people.
very good.
Only Tom O'Donnell can judge me, is it?
Oh man, that's
Oh,
brilliant.
for fuck's sake.
That's pure Limerick, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
that's just.
Do you remember that other one? Was that Anthony Collins that actually got that done about the post office
It is.
collector
Did he get
dole?
it done?
Yeah,
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 he did.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crazy
Always-
bastard.
He got always collect your dole early. You never know who you'll meet in that post office.
He got that tattooed onto
Where did he get
himself.
it done?
Like.
Somewhere abroad.
in Spain or something. Yeah.
That's
I
fucking
remember the
hilarious.
video of your man reading it out.
Yeah.
Always collect your dole early.
Yeah.
You
Never
don't
know who
met in that post office. He couldn't even say it like, and he was after tattooing it onto him. That's
Fuck's
fucking.
sake.
But man, I don't know. I just don't think that humor is just anywhere outside fucking Limerick. Like
Yeah,
certain types of of humor.
I
Like
can actually imagine him now up in like Dublin trying to explain it to someone. To be,
yeah, people are like what?
man?
But like, why would you collect your doll early?
Why, yeah, but why would you get that tattooed onto you though?
Yeah.
I
For
get
the
that it's
crack.
funny. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why fucking. I've had people coming up to me be like, "You really have a Peppa Pig tattoo?" I'm like, yeah. And then I have other people like, "Man, why fuck like."
Okay,
Funny
it is
man, I
what it
don't
is.
care. Like my life's a joke. Like
my God, yeah.
About time, I tell you, first chance of changing it is admitting it.
I don't want to change it, man. I don't ever want to
joking,
grow
I'm
up. Like
Yeah,
Do you know?
fuck that.
I don't
Being all
ever.
serious and
I don't
adult
want to
and-
get mature and grow up and things. I'm fucking 33 now nearly, like, and I just don't take things too seriously at all. Like, do you know what I mean? There's nothing that I'm never going to look at that tattoo or the one on my ankle or anything and just go, oh, why did I do that? For the fucking laugh, like, you know. And at least even if I ever forgot, do you know, fucking do things for the laugh, like, I just look and go, here, what the fuck was I doing? Do you know?
It's a story, man. It's a story.
Exactly,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? That's why like, I'd always kind of put this thing. You don't want to be the guy like. Well, this is. I'm referencing your tattoo.
Go
as a
on,
joke,
yeah.
But I don't ever want to be the guy who's like 60 years of age in a pub that says like, "Wish I'd done that." No, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wish I'd done
exactly,
that.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's like even though it's a joke of a tattoo, it's still.
Yeah.
Like, I should have got that done fucking years ago.
Yeah, exactly, because it would make no sense to get it done at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
Do you know?
I'm all for him getting it for a joke and you being into him and that's your thing and all that, but a lot of them is image as well. Would you agree with
Massively, man. That's
Yeah.
a huge thing. You see young fellas like nowadays. I'm sure
that?
I
And I'm
was
not
probably
going to
one of
lie,
those
I'm
young fellas
guilty of it myself back
Yeah.
in the day.
We all, yeah, everyone
man.
goes
Yeah.
through that, like, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's like buying fucking the freshest top out or the fucking best thing. It's tattooing. I do think like since the 90s has always been trendy. You know what I mean? It's become trendy constantly. You know what I mean? Like David Beckham in the late 90s, like he was probably one of the first guys to start wearing sleeves and stuff like that was at that caliber of fame. Like, you know, and then it's just it grows from there. Now you're fucking young fellas coming in and listening to Post Malone music, wanting fucking things on their face. It's a bit different. I'm kind of like, oh man, I
Jesus.
don't want to
Yeah.
stop you from.
Would you do it straight away or would you consult with him?
Oh,
like,
a
would
couple.
you,
Which any tattoos or
no, but the ones on the face.
Oh, I'd definitely chat to them, man.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a young, like, okay, it's different if a guy comes up to me and he's like 2 full sleeves and his neck done already. You're like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running out of space. So.
yeah. But I have had chats with a couple of guys that are like, man, don't fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
gonna look like. Another thing is that, like, sometimes it doesn't look like people are like, it's not actually a real tattoo. Like, is it because you've nothing else on your arms or anything?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just a fucking dagger stuck above your eyebrow. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they're looking at you, then you're looking at them like, man, don't get something on your face.
Yeah.
What?
You have them on your own face.
Hypocrite, like.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe start off somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you think of, off the top of your head, the funniest tattoo that you ever did? Because we don't want to, do you know, because
No,
people
I
are not going to be listening, going like, "Oh, what was the coolest experience you ever had?" Do you know,
yeah.
people just want to know the
Do
fucking
you know
crack.
what, man?
Like,
I get asked that all the time, and I can never. I can never really pinpoint this.
No, you can't.
I'm letting you down here with the story. I know I am. But
I know for a fact, man. If I was tattooing people, I'd say I'd be guilty of doing some fucking mad things, like, because they'd just come into me and go, "Man, I was thinking of getting this done. Wouldn't that be funny?" And I'd be like, "Oh my god, that's brilliant, Colin, lads! Look what I'm going to do on him." And I'd be shaking trying to do it and everything.
You know what actually does happen, man? Even if it is a joke tattoo,
it gets serious once you get down to it.
Once you start thinking, I still should do a professional tattoo, like still to make a nice fucking tattoo, you know. So it does, and it's one of those things. Like even if you're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it. So, I'd rather do a decent tattoo of it.
See, that's the difference, because if he was doing them, they'd come in with this small idea. By the time he is adding on
why don't you get the 3D stuff behind that?
With this car in the background, there's going to be a big vroom coming out of it.
No front tyres on the car, right? Sparks everywhere. The guard running after you.
Unless you're in a liver guy can, like.
And you have a 3 skin, not a 5 skinner.
Fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, fucking. Oh man. What about awkward? What about the most awkward? Can you remember? Or even the most awkward place?
Do you know awkward places just fucking happen? They're not even awkward anymore at the time. But there is awkward. It's in every line of work, obviously. But like, I feel more awkward if the client is awkward.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm kind of like
if you're near a theatre or fucking something, like, and you can tell that the girl is awkward about it, like you'd feel awkward too.
Yeah, you get that awkward kind of conversation. It's like going on the first date, like so.
Yeah, /exactly. And they're holding her tit about the way.
You like reading books,
but even worse than the first date, because she has her knocker out straight away. Like,
or like if they notice like that you have an erection or whatever, and it starts getting awkward. Like
when you finish the tattoo, you're like, "I'll just meet you up at the counter there," and a half hour later, you're still kind of sitting down.
I'll follow you up in a minute.
It's not my jeans are tight, like. But this is
I think the wrestling has learned to minute to strap it up. Like.
Wear the tightest jocks you can, man.
Have you ever been asked to tattoo a dick?
Yeah, I never have.
You've never done it?
Do you know what? Like, I never have.
But you have been asked.
Yeah.
Do you do the piercings as well?
I don't pierce, but I know guys
like
that have.
The lads come in and get the Prince Albert.
In shops they've worked in, yeah.
So what did they want?
I'd say I know the lad who was doing them as well.
Yeah,
I know it. Yeah, I know your man used to work with there before.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
What did they ask? What did they ask for to tattoo on their dick?
Oh, I don't think
you can't remember.
It's not really didn't get that far. You know? I was like, no, shut this down.
Jesus, like
I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. One, it's not going to be a fucking big tattoo.
Well,
maybe,
sometimes.
Maybe this gets bigger.
Yeah, like that was
that'd be 25 quid. What do you mean 25 quid? It's going to be huge, man.
250 so. Man, it's charging 250.
Yeah, imagine that though. I got a tattoo on my dick. How much did it cost? 50 quid. You're like, must be tiny.
I will tell you, a thing did happen years ago when I was apprenticing. A guy, an older guy, he was in his 60s or 70s or something like that. And he just got his first few tattoos. He was obviously going through a bit of an older life crisis.
Yeah.
And I just started apprenticing, so I was very new, like to even like putting on stencils and just setting up workstations and stuff. But the guy that was apprenticing me was like, this guy, this guy's kind of weird. Like, Steve, will you just put a stencil on? I just want to come in and do the fucking tattoo, you know? So I'm sitting in this like little desk in this really small studio at the time and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, cool, man. You want to show me where we're putting this tattoo? So I thought it was on his lower stomach. But bear in mind, man, I'm only fucking 15, 16 here. So cool. So I go down and pick up the stencil and I turn around and there's this like 65-year-old knob right in front of my face. Right there. And I just don't know what to do, man. I don't like.
And where did he point to where he wanted it?
I think I just stuck the fucking thing on him. I was like, all right, there you go, man. There you go. I was waiting for it.
Something was pointing all right.
No, man, it was just right above. Like, but
he pulled his pants all the way down. Like.
No, right? He had him pulled down like a child in the urinal. Like, you know, like he was taking a piss of the urinal. I was like, and he was just kind of standing there. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he shouldn't have whipped it up, but he did kind of a thing. Like,
yeah. Like,
you weren't expecting it, like.
No.
So we didn't hear the most. We didn't hear the most funniest one, but we heard the most traumatizing one.
I didn't know how to like. As you obviously progress into tattooing,
you could be like, you can pull that up or whatever.
Yeah, get your dick away from me, man.
Like, you can just get your cock out of my face and stick that on.
Could you just take that off my forehead, please? Was it? Oh, fucking hell!
You should experience like that. Just small little funny things that happen, like, you know.
Would you get many younger lads now coming in, chancing around trying to get tattoos? Because, like I said, man, I was 15 when I walked into a tattoo studio.
You would, right? Because I'm older now. they're all tick, man.
Yeah.
And I know
because the things that they say and stuff
you
is
just know it straight away. Like when one they'll come in with a lot of fellas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to come in and get, most guys would come in on their own, or maybe just with a mate or something, or a missus or something. Some young fella coming and getting chance in his arm.
12 lads.
You can see the CBS uniform tucked in.
He was like, "Hello, I'd like to get one tattoo, please."
Hello, fellow adult.
I just dropped my kids off.
You do, but like you just, you know, am I getting older, man? Or are young fellas getting young fella? Or
Yeah, I thought that as well, man.
You know,
like the last few times I was out in town, and like there's young lads inside in a nightclub or whatever. I'm like, man, is he 18? Like, did I actually look that young when I was 18?
Well, I see guys inside in the shop, and you actually look at their 18 and they're 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I seen a fella coming out of CBS. No, he wasn't even coming out of CBS. He was wearing a CBS uniform. He was down by Donkey Ford's, man, and he had a bigger beard than me. And my beard was long at the time, man, and he had a big, thick fucking beard. And I was thinking, what the fuck? Like,
step back.
Jesus.
How many years? 10.
There's always a few of them, in every fucking class.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there? I remember lads in school like with full on tashers and beards and all at about 12, like fucking 12. That's madness. Like,
I think I went to Munchins, and it was a big rugby school, like, so there's a lot of lads that came in there, and you're like, this fella's probably gone out one of the birds, or one of the teachers here, like,
yeah.
You get away a chance of it. Like, when you're the normal lads, like, oh, miss, can you?
Hi, sir.
Yeah. He's like, what? I'll bring him, bud. But did you hear about the fella over in the UK? He was actually 30 odd or something like that, and he was going to school to get his education, but he was, I don't know, he was from a different country or whatever anyway, but he was posing as a student to get, and
that's where you start looking into stuff going,
the people in his fucking, in art class or history class or something like that, were taking pictures of him and be like, what's your man? Fucking, he's like in his 30s, he has a tasher and everything. You know, slagging like you would be. Like, you know, when you see a young fella in school or whatever, and he looks way older, like, watch him, he's fucking 40 odd. But that's what they were messing. But them, the parents or whatever started seeing the pictures, was like, Jesus, yeah, he does look fucking.
He was down in the pub with us last night.
He has a hangover. But like, yeah, it fucking turned out that he was actually fucking an adult, like, and got fucking fucked out or whatever.
Because over all the news lately that female teachers are going off with their students?
I don't know.
Dead, aren't they?
How is this happening?
Nice. Where were those fucking teachers when I was in school?
Yeah.
Man, Jesus.
Yeah.
I suppose I better fucking try and get a few questions. We had a few questions sent in by listeners anyway. I just go and find
My
the
teachers
bastards.
were never like
I'd
that.
say you've probably answered a few of them already, because I knew that was going to happen, like, because they're kind of
Did they send him one this time, no?
No, he just sent me a message here about something else, alright, but I won't repeat it. So this is from Cian on Snapchat, and he said, see, they usually just say a lot of stuff at the start and then they get to the question. So it's like, is there any wrestling schools in Limerick, or is it only outside Limerick?
I train in a school in Cork. There was talk about opening a school. I would love if there was a school in Limerick. One, so I could go somewhere and train all the time. I would also love, like, somewhere down the line to be able to open a school and have trainers come down.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking thought. There's no
There's
nothing
nothing
in
in place,
making
like,
there. So don't be texting my page.
put it in.
Man, is there a school?
What about throwing a few mats in the social club? A few lads inside.
I train in Cork, you know what I mean? And outside of Cork, it's just Dublin and...
So Cork is probably the closest place.
Cork
for
is the
anyone.
closest, yeah. Phoenix Wrestling as well, put that out there. The actual training facility they have is fucking amazing as well, by the way, you know, and the whole shows through there and stuff. It's actually a great place to train.
Class. Laura on Snapchat asked, what's the worst tattoo you've ever had to do? And then she went on to say that she didn't really want to word it this way, but it was like, was there one that you ever had to refuse to do because it was too mental? Like, so I was thinking of, like, if a fella walked in and said, I want a swastika on my forehead or something like that.
I actually did refuse to do a swastika before. And
Yeah?
Would that be the worst?
They went to do it under his eye. And do you know what it was, man? It wasn't like, well, one, he didn't, I don't know what a fucking Nazi looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably all of us here.
Yeah.
But he was a young fella, like, not when I tell you he wasn't young, he was about 23, 24.
Yeah, still.
And I don't think I wasn't too sure if he got it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things like, do you know what? I know I don't want to fucking do it. I know he's going to go somewhere else anyway. If I don't do it, he's going to go somewhere else to do it. But I just don't want to fucking...
Yes.
It was under his fucking eye, and I was like...
See, fascinated by it, but didn't really get the ideology
too many
behind it. Like,
prison
you know what I mean?
documentaries.
Yeah.
That's a fucking bad thing to have on your face walking
on
around.
his
Like,
face, man.
Jesus.
And like, I don't know. He just... I've never seen this guy in a tattoo shop before, so I reckon he actually probably did ask for it in another few shops, and they're like, no, man. No, no.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be known as the fucking guy that's... Steve, did you tattoo that guy that we all didn't fucking tattoo? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it was there are a
Probably
couple
could be a confused young lad that's going through a bit of hardship. And
do you know what? We actually do see a lot of young fellas that come into the shop that, like, and you know, like, probably through some of my own shit or whatever. But you know when someone's kind of, most times, you know, they get tattoos if they're picking up the pieces of something, right? You know what I mean? So, and they're actually cool guys to talk to because you always have a story there or something, you know? But then you get guys that are, you do feel like you're not, you want to sit down and have a chat there, but, but you have a couple of guys who try to sway them in the right direction rather than putting, like let's say, they have a bad breakup and they want to get something to do with that.
Like,
I'm
no
you know,
regrets.
No regrets.
And you're like, but why don't you leave it off for about a month and see how you feel or whatever the fuck.
How can you mend a broken heart? Or
Nothing breaks like a heart.
Listen to the song, the tune will, actually.
This one is from Jerry McCauley on Instagram. I'd say you've probably answered this already as well. What's the most awkward experience you've ever had while tattooing? Dick in the face was probably
dick in the face. A 65-year-old dick in the face.
And then, would you say that was it?
Do you know what? I've also had another thing. I've had boyfriends get a bit weird over tattooing their girlfriends and stuff. Bear in mind, man, we're not fucking trenching any women inside the shop.
Not in front of the boyfriend or what?
But again, it's an age thing. You see lads in over the 30s, like, take her away for a while. But it's all young fellas, and they might just kind of hover over you a little bit, you know. Or you're just like, that's awkward because you kind of feel like saying, "What are you chill out there?" You know,
I'm not going to run off with her.
Like, how dare he get upset? Like when you're saying, "Do you mind, bud?" You know what I mean?
Well, that's awkward for me. Like maybe I don't know. So.
Yeah, I suppose fucking and then he said as well, or ask you, have you ever done a tattoo on someone and they hated it when it was done?
One time.
So not like, he obviously doesn't mean that you did a shit job, but someone who thought it was going to be cool, and then when they saw it, were like, oh.
There was a girl I was tattooing a few years ago, and do you know what? Sometimes this happens. Sometimes it's one of those things. I'm like, no matter what I do for this person, I don't think they're ever going to like this tattoo.
Oh, that's in every
you know what I mean?
no matter what
job,
you
though. Like, do you know what I mean?
So much humming and hawing beforehand, and so many. It was a small fucking tattoo, but it was so many small changes and this and that. And it was the only time that I can remember where I done a tattoo and she's like, I don't know if I should have got this done.
Oh Jesus!
And it was I don't know. It was actually.
It was a bird.
Yeah, it was a girl's back. I don't know what.
And what do you say?
She eventually came back in about 2 weeks later and she was happy. She's like, I actually grown to like it.
Good, yeah.
But some people probably should think of their tattoos before they get them. You know what I mean? I think this was she found something on Instagram. It looked cool on someone else's back, and her back probably didn't look the same as that person's back.
Yeah, fucking hell, you'd really want to think before you get any tattoo done, really.
Yeah.
So this is a serious question now from Gavin Holmes on Instagram. He said, do you think you could throw a pair of tackies over a house?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried?
I'm actually thinking, New York or the small bungalow houses, you know, I'm sure.
Be handy up there,
Tie them together in a good swing.
I'm curious to see how far I could throw.
There's no 3-story houses now in South Hill, like, so I think before you talk.
I'm curious.
What about a block of flats? We got down to Watergate to see. Some of them are 5
Would you throw a pup over an apartment block?
2 of them tied together.
This week now, this coronavirus, we're like, we have to find things to do. Throw a
pup into Limerick prison.
Yeah, Snapchat should be interesting for the next few weeks, shouldn't it? People, lads, I just figured out I could do this.
I can see all the boys are going, he's not mad enough. He's not mad enough to throw a pub in there. He used to be cool, man.
Yeah, you can't throw nothing into the prison anymore. Fucking for anyone who hasn't, for anyone who hasn't been to Limerick or
prison.
If you've never tried to throw anything into Limerick prison, like Limerick prison is like right in the middle of the fucking city. You can just walk along the side wall, like it's mad the way it's just right planked there, like. But for years, like lads used to just walk down the lane, the side of the prison, and throw whatever the fuck they wanted over the wall to the prisoners, like. And then one day someone said, just put a net over the yard. Yeah, that was it. Then
I heard tomatoes, but then tomatoes.
Yeah, I heard tomatoes because then that gives you a bit of momentum in your throw, like. But they used to go into St. Joseph's because there's a narrow road next to the prison, and then there's
madhouse,
a mental institution or whatever. But people used to go into the grounds of the mental institution, stand near the wall there, so nobody on the road would see them, nobody near the prison would see them, and then they'd fire a tomato or whatever up over and into the grounds of the prison. It'd hit the net and break, and then whatever wanted to throw in would land inside.
There was tennis balls before that, you see.
If
a tennis ball came in over the wall whilst they were out in the yard, it would just be a tennis ball.
You could just shove the tennis ball up her hole
with the tomato.
Get into the set.
Or a slitter, didn't you, make it worse?
God, Jesus Christ. A slitter. Would you bottle us leather? Would you? That's what they call it, not bottle it.
Bottle it,
Oh man, fuck man, fellas do that. Like they get mobile phones into the
I've
presses and shit.
I've heard of people like I've heard of a couple of different people that have a court case coming up. Something big will be happening.
Better shove a phone up my ass.
Something big will be happening, and on the way into the court, they'll be loaded up with stuff like they'll have a load of things
just
up
in
their ass,
case.
like, and just in case they get sent straight into jail. Like,
Yeah.
they have tablets and phones and fucking
Laptops, laptops and microwaves.
Get that 52 inch into me, would you?
Just get it in there.
The
Fuck.
misses and all.
yeah, out to the maternity for stitches when you come back.
Oh fucking hell. The next one is from Dylan Ranson on Snapchat again. He was asking, have you ever been discriminated against because of your facial tattoos?
I asked that already. Sorry.
No,
Did you, yeah?
do you know,
Well, not. I said did you ever get steak over it, but sure, that's what.
But have you, like, I would expect now in this town to walk up to a nightclub or a pub and be told by a bouncer, sorry bud, not with those tattoos in your face.
I always have the answers, honestly. I could be like, this fella taught this, whatever. I've been refused from 1 or 2 places, but I don't think it's ever been like, I've never kind of been wanting to start hassling at the fucking door anyway.
Yeah.
But to be honest, man, I don't think I've ever had any hassle getting into pubs and
Yeah,
stuff
but the
around
thing about it
place.
is,
like,
everybody kind of knows your face anyway. Do you know?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And as well, though,
Um,
but I was reading a thing on Limerick Now. Is that the name? One of them on Facebook a few weeks ago. What was the worst excuse you heard in Smith's?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I
like,
see just comments underneath
yeah,
that.
man. One fella said, I got refused for having a Liverpool jersey when 80% of the population are inside in the club had a Liverpool jersey
Liverpool game
on, you
on,
know,
so-
and, like,
You do it, yeah. You hear these things.
Yeah, I was I used to always get refused from everywhere, man.
Yeah.
And then
We've all been
when
victims.
I grew the beard, then I was just a different person then, so I actually used to get in a bit more.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
I'm surprised no one has ever said to you, I can't let you in with those tattoos on your face.
No, never.
It's fucking weird to hear that in Limerick, like,
Never,
of all
never, man.
places.
I actually never. No, they could have just said.
Yeah.
Then again, if maybe they're fucking weary of saying it. Maybe if someone did
Yeah.
say it, I could fucking kick up stink and be like,
Yeah.
oh, there's discrimination.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff,
it about
but-
fucking everything
No,
else,
I
though.
have heard a lad's been refused because of tattoos.
why, you saying you're a minority because you have tattoos?
Yeah, I'm sure, man. I'm sure I heard of people years ago going in with like neck tattoos and shit, and bouncers be like, "You can't let you in with that, bud."
Yeah, I've heard of it as well, and I've heard a
Yeah,
couple
but
of guys.
then by looking at Steve, you'd know it was a thing like that. You're into
a
it.
job.
It's an
Yeah.
artist type of thing,
Yeah.
and that.
Like I went up to the fucking, was it the office, the one next to Angel Inn, that fucking smoking area with a bar.
Yeah.
I hate that place, man, because I don't smoke, like, so it's horrible. But anyway, I went up there before, up to the door, and the bouncer says to me, "Oh, sorry, but no Timberlands." They're not Timberlands. They were 40 quid. I said, "They're not Timberlands." He was like, "Oh, still sorry." Just because I was wearing brown boots, like.
Do you know what, man? Like I fucking hate hearing this. 'Cause, like, imagine if you were going to meet a bird, or you were meeting your brother or something like that. Or what's it like? My mother and my stepfather live in Kilkee. They moved down a couple of years ago. Like, if I was going to a pub, let's say fucking, where do they always meet me? Actually, in the Loch Bar.
Okay, yeah.
I'd feel like a fucking dope. Like, if
Yeah,
I went to the
exactly.
bar
Oh,
and
man,
to
we
ring
can't
someone,
get
like, they're not leaving.
Yeah,
me.
it
Yeah.
happens all the
Stuff
time.
like
Like,
that's not fuck. No, it's different if you walk up to the door and you're obviously fucking out of your.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of shitty, man.
Yeah, it's a
What's
disaster.
even worse is Limerick has a fucking name for it now. as
Yeah,
well,
it's
like.
a bollocks,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Do you know
I'm
what I mean?
not. I'm
It's
not.
actually
It's a
known,
joke.
which is kind of not fucking
Yeah,
fair.
like you
know what I mean?
can't organise a night out in Limerick with a load of people because chances are not everyone's going to get into
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
place. We used to do it before, man, with fucking Midnight Club, you know, all the old modified cars and shit, and we'd have like nights there where lads would come from all over the fucking country, like, and then they just get stopped at the nightclub when everyone goes, like, we'd end up scattered out around all different pubs and clubs then for the
Yeah.
night because there could be 40 or 50 of us going out, like, but obviously we don't all walk up to the door at the same time, but still 3 or 4 would go up, they'd get stopped, so they go somewhere else. The other 3 or 4 would go up and they'd get in, and
Yeah.
it's just like
But what's even mad now is that, like, I'm sure the nightclubs of aren't fucking as busy as they were a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
still fucking stopping.
Yeah,
people
I remember
and,
fucking
you know,
good couple of years back. I was working until I think I got off work at 11 o'clock or something. Got off a bit early. It was meant to be working to 12, but it was somebody's birthday, so there was like 10 people or whatever inside in the pub, inside in Smith's it was. And so I was going to go in there to him and then go up to Icon or whatever and spend a couple of hours in there. And literally they came out to they were out in the smoking area. So I was walking past and I was like, "Oh, do you know what, well, blah, blah." Walked down to the bouncers. Obviously they didn't see me talking to the people there. Walked to the bouncers, like, "No, sorry."
Yeah.
So then I had to just walk back and be like, "No, I can't get in." So then it's just like, "Oh, all right."
get a
Fucking,
pizza. I know.
it's way too fucking common. But
Yeah.
yeah, but since I grew the beard, I can get in a lot more. It's like 90% different.
Yeah.
Do you know, 90% get in now, whereas before it was
He's
like,
trendy. He knows what's going on.
Do you know?
I'd have to grow a whole
this
new
guy's a
face.
hipster.
I'd fucking often.
But even like come here, like lads in their fucking 30s, like, you know what I mean, are obviously you can have a few drinks or whatever, and I mean, if you're at that age, you're going out starting scraps in pubs, then you're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
anyway,
fair
you know what I
enough.
mean?
Yeah.
But like, it's different if a group of young fellas come up to the door and like, man, these boys are clearly going to cause havoc inside.
But then again, you see the cunts inside there with fucking tackies on.
You're right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people even back when I wasn't getting into places, and I'd be looking, I'd be fucking trying to wear whatever kind of shoes that they wanted me to wear, whatever jeans, whatever top,
Even
whatever.
that, man, that's fucking.
I'd be dressing.
Shitty, like, you know?
I used to be dressing in a way that I didn't want to dress just to try and get in, and then I'd look, and somebody would come to my house, or whatever, and look and go, "Oh man, you're not wearing them shoes, yeah? They're fucking like big Adidas logo on the side of them. You're not going to get in with them." Like, "Oh, I'll be grand," and they'd go and get in with them, and I'd be thinking, "Fucking hell, if I did that, I would knock it in." Like,
Do you know,
100%.
but the mad thing about it's only a Limerick and Cork thing.
Yeah, and
you
I'm
go
third.
to any other city, then you can walk in with wellies on and
Yeah.
I think Limerick is the worst. I can't.
Do you know-
There's no one for it. Like,
There's
yeah,
somebody
it
with
was mad.
manky Adidas tackies there just after getting in, and I had my brown boots then, which were brand new, like perfectly clean, and I was tidy and everything, and they turned me away because I had boots on.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I'm actually even just thinking. I'm sure I actually met you out in a few pubs, or maybe the
Yeah,
live or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And you like, I think you always. I'm not saying you seem reserved, but you always seem like just
Calm, like, yeah. Even though I'm not that kind of person outside of a pub, do you know, because I'm just a pure messer.
I'm an
Like,
institution. I just have to go in there.
but I'd be fucking acting the bollocks and stuff. Yeah, but just to the normal extent, I wouldn't be jumping around the place and knocking people over or hitting people's drinks or anything. Do you know, it'd be just fucking slagging or whatever. Like, but that's exactly the thing. Like, do you know,
That's
it's not
what
like
people
look
go
your
out
head.
heads.
for.
They're
To have a
just-
slag.
Yeah.
They just fucking judge you straight away on
But
the way up
then
to the
again,
door.
like, just going back to that question again, like, just say for instance, like if some guy does come up to the door and you're like, no, you can't come in because of your boots. And if you see a cunt like me standing inside, they're in with a t-shirt
Yeah.
and loads of tattoos, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, I can't come in because I'm wearing these boots. But you let the guy come in here looking,
Yeah.
you know, you
Dunno.
can't fucking like.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is half times, man. Fucking Jesus, who knows? This question is from Shelley. This is a random one, but I like it. It's if you could go back in time to a place to witness a historical event, where would you go and why?
Jesus
Just obviously
Christ.
because you're a tattoo artist and a wrestler, like, you know, that's why she's asking.
WrestleMania,
Yeah.
1990.
It just has no, just has no.
Yeah, but
No
she
connection to
followed
anything,
that
but-
up with, I know it's random, but sometimes
Yeah.
those kind of questions get the best answers.
That's
so.
actually a good one.
Do
Yeah.
I get to go back as just the way I am now? Like
Suppose, yeah.
if
Go
you,
on.
if I- if you
It's your
plan-
choice.
But I mean, if you planted me like in 1960, looking like this,
Yeah.
like, fuck, I don't know. What's a historical place or time?
Back to the first person who ever tried to go into
Do you know
Smith's.
what? The grand opening of Smith.
Yeah.
I'd be the first person. Fuck, I don't know. I'm going to say something wrestling related.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's obviously been historical wrestling moments.
I'd love to have been at the first WrestleMania or around that era.
What year was that, roughly?
The 70s.
Greek times, was it?
Greek times.
Yeah.
In the Colosseum.
300 BC.
Yeah. Knock the leaf off someone.
Yeah, it's a tough one to answer off the top of your head unless you've thought about it before. Like,
I keep thinking of Carl Pilkington for some reason. I feel like I'm going to start asking answering questions like him, and someone's going to be like, "Your man's a tick cunt." Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I probably remember. This is going to sound bad. Do you remember there was all the troubles with the North and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I was old enough to live through a lot of it, and even the earlier stuff I remember from a kid. You didn't see any of it down from Limerick side.
Yeah. So you'd like to go back and see how we
From
got
the
back,
era-
what counties we
just
got
look-
back, and all
just
that kind of shit.
looking
Like?
at- yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just being around that era and just kind of seeing the like the way we have this whole pandemic now and everyone's kind of talking about it, or it's a whole issue, or it's a whole thing. I can't really pinpoint myself standing there with Michael Collins getting shot. And looking at it.
And you're there with your hand and your ears stretched.
Mike.
Yeah, but think
You all
about
right,
it, we didn't have fake news back then, like, you know what I mean?
But
So-
Never know.
I'm going to think of something later on. Lads,
Yeah.
will you text that girl back for me and tell her?
do I'll get back to her. This is from Collins. A question for the guest: will you ask him his favorite wrestler and wrestling moment as a child, and who he looked up to? Name is Brian. Hope you read this one. I always read them all. Like, they always say that.
Steve Austin was the first one that like watching back and thinking of.
He was the man, like, wasn't he?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
class, man. It was just so. I was like, you know, when you
Stone
just it was the first one. I
Yeah.
do remember watching earlier wrestling, earlier
Yeah.
Royal Rumbles, and even when it was like Hulk Hogan or
But
something.
he's the icon that
Steve
stuck out.
Austin was
Like,
the first one that stuck out. Where I wanted to get the toys and the T-shirts.
yeah.
And,
Did you ever dress up as if for Halloween or anything? No, with the jacket or.
No, I don't.
No,
Ultimate
sleeveless.
Warrior,
Yeah.
a pair of jocks, and little skinny.
Did you have the wrestling ring and all the wrestlers?
Oh man,
Oh, I did.
I had it, yeah.
hundreds
I used
of
to love
them,
all that
hundreds
shit.
of them.
Do you remember the wrestling games on like I don't know, was it Nintendo 64 or the first PlayStation or
there's-
something, and you have someone in submission like, no. They just keep making the noise.
Warzone.
Yeah.
The boys would be standing there.
Yeah. And but when they're trying to get out of the submission, like, no. And it's just repeated over and over again. Like,
Man, I
kids
actually
these
just got
days,
a mad memory there. I remember years ago being in Duns with my mother, the old Duns,
Yeah,
the one in Sarsfield Street that's closed down years. And I was getting her to buy me a fucking wrestling ring. And I went away and I got a load of wrestling action figures, like whatever, pulled them out of the packets, shoved them all into the box, into the wrestling ring.
Yeah.
And put it, I came over to my mother, then I was like, will you get me this, please? And I put it in the shopping trolley. And I was sweating the whole way.
I actually remember that wrestling ring was like a light blue one. You could put stuff under the front.
Yeah, underneath it. And
you
like,
used to put steel chairs and stuff underneath it. Well, you know, plastic steel chairs.
I got all the WWF wrestlers, but a WCW wrestling ring.
Do you remember
But it
those
was a
mad?
good one though. You could fling them over and all. Like,
Do you remember those mad fucking rubber wrestlers that you put your thumb into their back or something?
Yeah.
There was like a big hole in their lower back. Do you remember that shit? I don't know what the fuck you're
Put
supposed
your
to
thumb
do.
up your hole. Like,
No lube or nothing, just straight in.
yeah, they were sticking up. No.
But like, think of it, kids these days don't have a clue. Do you remember as young fellas, like we would have Royal Rumbles with the boys?
Yeah.
Whoever
yeah.
wins,
Oh,
you'd have the ring made up, and whoever's last one standing
Like that
wins.
to the boys, like trying to get it. Tag me. Fuck's sake.
I'm 30 years of age. I'm still doing it.
Yeah. Next one is from Rosie in Scotland. She asks, white ink, yay or nay? Does it age as good? She's got plans.
It doesn't age well. Obviously, depends on where you want to put it as well. Like if you're going to put it right there on your forearm, everyone see my forearm. Yeah. It's the sun is going to fucking age it. Do you know what I mean? Sun's going to age all your tattoos anyway. But again, I was going back to what I was saying a while ago. Like ink, tools, machines, everything's is getting so much better.
Yeah.
Tattoo wise, that I see some really class people. Like a lot of people are doing solid black forearms now, so with a white image over it, like white kind of mandala. Or
Oh, yeah.
so it works. It works. You know.
So they basically do a black canvas and then put whatever they want in white on top of it.
9 times out of 10 is someone covering up a lot of stuff first.
Yeah.
Putting stuff
Yeah.
over
What you buy,
Fuck. That's
pure
not a bad
artiste
idea.
He is by black canvas with white over it. Like,
it.
ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, white ink works. You know what I mean? We actually use white ink a lot, like as far as highlighting tattoos. You know, but just solid white ink. Just I wouldn't be doing big white like I wouldn't do a big white tribal piece. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Just talk to your artist. Like,
Why was she getting blood of?
She didn't say.
Jesus
Jesus Christ, Russell. Always brings it back to that, doesn't he? Did you see the comments on Facebook?
If you got a photo next week, like, would you actually believe this woman got this tattoo?
I'm just giving out ideas, you know what I mean?
That,
Why, like,
Did you see the comments on Facebook when I announced like that
I know,
Sophie was coming on?
Their
They were all like,
perception of
don't
me,
sit her
like-
next to Russell. You can't sit her next to Russell. One fella as well, I forgot, he was like, make sure you mention this now on the podcast when she's there. Like, it was like, you're going to have to strap Russell to the chair and wrap him in cling film or put him in a fucking a vest and all this.
no.
We kind of have a bit of a tradition on here of making Russell out to be an absolute pervert like constantly. So.
We're such jokers.
You gotta go on well, man. You gotta
There's no truth to it.
But look, Sophie learned last week I was a pure gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, you acted very well now, to be fair.
Kept it professionally.
You should have got
He was a professional
We're
pervert.
dropping to her DMs all week. But
professionalism is at the height of my life today. You know?
Yeah.
I have a career to think about.
Brendan McAuliffe asked, you've kind of answered this probably, strangest tattoo and strangest place you've had to do it, like some fella getting a camel on his toe or something, you know?
Yeah, but like,
Exactly.
You mentioned that already.
It actually does get normalized over the years.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Once you tattoo one arse,
Yeah,
you
but
kind
you want
tattoo
one of them?
everyone's, you know.
Yeah.
So it actually does become normalized.
Do you ever put something on a certain part of somebody's body and think, why are you getting that there? Like Nana or something on someone's arse. Do you know?
Okay, look, Nana, look.
Rest in peace to my
Do you know?
man.
Do you think, why are you getting it there? Like, do you know? No.
You again, this goes back to like
But then
stuff that
I
we talk
suppose-
at the counter. It's just boring, like, you know what I mean? But you're just gonna have to talk people into getting a nicer
Yeah,
tattoo.
and I
right?
suppose then it's kind of gone out of your head. Be like, oh yeah, can I get this in my arse? Be like, what? Would you not get your forearm? Be like, oh yeah, actually. And so then it's gone out of your head.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
has anyone ever asked for the elephant ears?
I've never done it. No one's,
What's the
No one's
anecdotes?
ever. We'll talk later.
no one's ever asked.
What's
Like,
that?
I'm sure it'd be a very confident fella
Remind
coming
me
in.
to talk about it a bit after the show.
Is that like in honor of like an elephant who poachers cut their fucking trunk off or whatever? So it's just
Something
kind of
like
like
that.
Yeah.
It's so
the
fellas,
stub.
it's so fellas can like pull their jocks down slightly and be like, I have an elephant tattoo. You want to see his trunk?
Yeah.
That's the fucking joke.
See,
like,
what
about
would make that funny? If your man actually had a really tiny nose. That's really funny part about it.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio, yeah.
Is there
Pinocchio
any?
would be the one. Mikey
Yeah.
just said something.
I
There.
suppose you're probably blue in the face from hearing like the fucking I have a tattoo of a ship. Oh look, here it is. Oh no, it's sank.
Yeah.
So we hear that or no?
Tattoo
I have
the
a-
world,
Like
but it's just a dot.
you'll be doing that fucking that face like what that face like the things like when you're you're in the shop and something won't scan you like so it's free and you know the fucking face
Yeah,
you know that thing you're doing that face doing it 50 times.
yeah. We'll finish with this one. Ask him about the time he gave me cheek and I double arm DDT'd him through a table.
Oh, wow.
That's
This
from
is Graham McCormack.
Fuck's sake.
Graham
Yeah.
never double arm DDT through a table.
I don't even know what that is. What's a DDT?
It's
I would have known at one stage, but
catch your head is
No,
pointing
you
a
set
headlock.
them up, isn't it?
No.
There's a couple of versions of it.
the rocks one anyway was like
Your
your
head
you're
between-
bent down like this and your head is through.
can't hear
Oh,
you.
yeah, and they
Oh, yeah.
flying down.
Yeah.
Your head is through the arms. You just drop them on their head.
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so they're
So if you
facing
came
the
up-
opposite
yeah.
So
direction.
Graham up to speed on his wrestling terms. A double arm DDT is when the head is between her and you grab the two arms.
Oh, is it?
Mankind used to do it,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Ah, fuck it. So do you go backwards then,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
pile driver kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
class.
bounce the head off the ground.
What's your favorite wrestling move now from back on when you were a child? Like,
Um,
if was it the
Do you know
choke slam or
chokes. The stunner was always.
or
good.
the
I always
stunner?
loved the
Yeah.
stunner.
That's actually what I
Like-
meant to say.
What's that?
I actually that's what I was thinking.
Stunner.
But the choke slam came out. Yeah.
Man, the moves years ago were class. The Dudley Boys
Bring them back.
tag team.
What's the other one? The Irish whip.
The Irish whip was
Licorice
whip.
whip.
Yeah.
What is it?
The Irish
Just
whip.
when you whip someone off a rope.
Oh yeah.
That's
And that's actually what it was called in.
Irish whip. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is an Irish story to go with that. I should know this. I hope no wrestlers watch this. And go, you should know this.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
some of the
fucking-
moves back years ago. Like, and I've sometimes at the end of some shows we might have a bit of a Royal Rumble, especially if it's like a kid show or something like that.
Mm.
I'm like notorious for catching people in the rock bottoms.
Yeah.
You know, in the ring.
Yeah,
Just do it, or do the people's elbow or something.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's-
Can you do it to people's eyebrow?
No, I do
No.
people's lip maybe.
Ah, bruh.
Yeah.
It just says every photo. I was like,
Another one. So, when are you going to get our logo tattooed?
Yeah. I was actually thinking that would be a cool little tattoo.
Yeah. And I have another one as well, right? So for anybody who doesn't know, Steve's new studio is down there where Zanet is, because half of Limerick's going to know where
Yeah.
Zanet
What's
is,
the
right?
name of that street?
Sarsfield Street.
Sarsfield Street.
Street.
Is it?
I've just
That was Roaches, no? Not Roaches.
No, Roaches over by Chicken Hut.
Or Lower
Oh.
William Street.
No, it's just off William Street.
There's
You're
no-
confusing everyone now.
Yeah, there's no lower William Street.
It's Sarsfield Street.
Sarsfield Street, William Street, then Upper William Street,
Oh, that's
then
right.
Mulgrave Street.
Yeah, so obviously Sarsfield Street then continues on down by the Old Duns because that's called Old
Yeah.
Duns Sarsfield Street, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, okay.
Ah, yeah.
So yeah,
Sarsfield Bridge.
so it's
Just
near
before the bridge and stuff, yeah.
the tattoo studio. Is it next door to Zanet?
Right
or-
next door to
right
Zanet,
next door to
yeah.
Zanet, right?
In
So I have a
between the
question.
hook and ladder and Zanet, so is it?
You got Hook and Ladder, Zanet. I've been doing this for the past month, explaining everything.
Yeah.
Hook and Ladder, Zanet, us.
Okay, so right, you're right next door to Zanet. Will you tell anyone if you see me going in doing a sunbed before I go on holidays?
No, man, come here. I'm telling you this. Important question. Over the last few weeks, right, especially working in the
You're
evenings
looking
down
good.
there,
That fella does
the
sunbeds.
amount of guys down there that are coming in with their heads.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
become normalised as well.
Yeah.
But the amount of lads that are coming in and you see with their hoods up, man,
Yeah.
or a hat on, and they see me inside the shop, and you get one of those kind of half-arse like, hey, man.
Yeah, pure
I was
fucking
just-
coming in like big fucking hard man getting his tattoo done, and then he's going in doing a sunbed
Yeah, oh,
afterwards.
it's all-
Yeah.
But it's fucking normal.
But it is normalised in
That's
fairness.
a fucking busy place, man. The whole city
Yeah.
must be doing beds, like.
But that's what I was. I was actually thinking that. I was thinking, right, if I go on holidays, no, I haven't been out of the country in years, so I wonder what I have to do, like one or two
It'll be
sunbeds
normal,
first,
trust
so I
me.
don't get
It's a-
roasted, like whatever, by fucking the sun.
You're going to get roasted if you do all.
Oh yeah, but I mean by the sun.
A girl was actually telling me there, wait, like,
You can't be involved. No, gingers can't do sunbeds, Ross. Do you know that?
But gingers can't slag men who do.
That's true. Yeah.
I feel like I'm explaining to everyone. Like, I use it that I'm like, yeah, it's just right next door to Zanis, and they're like, Zanis? I'm like, yeah, it's a tanning place. And they're like, why do you know where the tanning place is? Like,
Because I walk next door.
Yeah.
I kind of assume that everyone in the city knows.
Yeah,
where the tanning
yeah,
is.
Most people seem to. All right, yeah. Come here. What's your opinion on numbing cream? Do you think it's for pussies or?
No. You know what? Like come here. A lot of people, especially if you're heavily tattooed, you're kind of fucking over it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some guys just want to get pieces finished. If you want to use it, then what I do recommend, though, if you do want to use it, talk to artist photos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go in, just go, like.
Don't be coming on going, I have no cream on there, no.
Yeah. Chat to your artist or leave your artist, put it on. Because sometimes people put it on 2 minutes before they come in. And like you have to give it about 40 minutes. To
if I was getting a tattoo on my arsehole, you wouldn't be putting it on.
There are a lot of people out there like that still have never heard of numbing cream. Like,
yeah, some people are just
people
there's
people that have got a load of tattoos though, and now they find out about numbing cream. They're like, what?
I find it works a lot for people in kind of places like the inside of the arm.
Yeah. Sensitive.
But that would work now. Like, do you know my crosses here? Like, kind of comes onto my ribs. Would it still? Because I can remember at one stage you hit like it was like near on my rib, and it like vibrated my whole fucking rib cage. I was like, oh my god, that was fucking.
The best thing I could say, I know this is your standard advice, but the best thing I could tell anyone about getting, especially your first tattoo, you know what I mean? But some guys didn't think you get tattoos. They're just grand. Just fucking have a decent like night's rest, eat something proper in the morning, and kind of be chill. You know what I mean? Kind of be chill about it. A lot of people come in very nervous, and they build it up in their head to be something.
I have one last question for you. Did Walshy cry when you did his one?
I have a photo.
Nearly.
Been blackmailing him ever since. So fucking, do we have a taking the Mikey this week?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so this is what defines you as a good guy or a bad guy. If you laugh at Mikey's jokes, you're a bad guy. If you don't laugh, you're a good guy.
Yeah, you need to. I'd say you need to speak up. I think your mic is very low this week. I don't know how that happened.
Why does Mexico have no Olympic team? Because anyone who can run, jump, and swim has already crossed the border.
He's a bad guy.
No, I was just going to put it out there.
It's racist.
You're a hero when you donate a liver, but you're on the FBI watch list if you donate 26 of them.
Someone's got to make money.
Serial killer joke. I like it.
This is a topical one now. I like my COVID like how I like my women. 19 and easily spread.
At least they're over
taking the Mikey.
That's taking the Mikey. We haven't done a jingle for it yet. We really must.
Yeah, no.
What happened to the
few things we need to do.
Set that back
fucking it ruined the audio that week. I never tested it beforehand, and it just like the tablet was putting some weird buzz through the audio.
Did you hear that on Graham's episode? We had like the intro, clapping and stuff like that.
There's just a fucking mad hiss. I had to leave it on YouTube because you would have had to fucking. The thing got like hundreds of views overnight, so I would have had to actually take it down and put up a new one. So I just left it, and then everywhere else though, the audio version, like I cleaned it up and re-uploaded and replaced it, so that should be alright now. But yeah, it's a fucking disaster. Like didn't expect that to happen. But
learning curves.
Yeah, shit like that, man. Just always happens. Hopefully,
new technology and stuff as well.
I had awful hassle with this now during the week. Like I'm just hoping that this fucking comes out alright. I'd say we're going to be a lot louder because of the whole new setup that I've done. I'd say our voices are going to be a lot louder, so people just need to turn it down a bit. That's
Stop
about
it.
Have you social medias or whatever that you want to fucking tell people about?
Social medias are on the screen.
You have to get in serious fucking shape, Steve, in the last couple of years. I think we should point that out.
Going to the gym or something?
You fucking...
Some doing tattoos, boy.
Sitting down on that.
Yeah.
You just did a full fucking change of lifestyle, didn't you?
I'm actually like I've done a couple, not a lot of podcasts, but some kind of interviews and stuff like that. But most of them are kind of based on talking about getting in shape or losing weight and stuff. I'm actually glad it's probably the first one where I kind of like just glanced over that. Do you know what I mean? Because this is my life now. You know what I mean? Like
you don't want to spend all your fucking time with that.
Ago, like, you know. So yeah, that's just a bit of a lifestyle change a few years ago. That was it. I'm where I'm at now because of it. So like,
job.
You know.
Job, yeah. So it's at Steve Savage 31 on Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah. 1 second. Now you're gonna have to throw these at me.
Yeah.
On Instagram and Twitter, Steve Savage 31 as well. And you'll find Hard Knock Social Club on Instagram as well.
Hard Knock Social Club, yeah.
Hard Knock Social Club on Instagram. Never mind this website. That's a way old website. So Hard Knock Social Club on Instagram, Facebook, and then Steve Savage 31 on most other platforms. Like
cool.
Oh, cool. And look, if you're looking to get a new website done, I know a fella.
I forgot that was even there, to be honest.
And if you're looking for a tag team partner in the wrestling, I know a guy too.
I thought you were going to say the bedroom.
Let's not rule anything out here.
Exactly. You work towards that, like, you know.
I'd say we're gone way over time. So I'd say we'll wrap it up there. Nice one for coming on
Cheers
anyway,
for having me.
Steve.
That's much appreciated.
Go follow Steve on social media and all that jazz, and log on to ccpodcast.ie. All links to our social media and all of our episodes and all the platforms that we're on are all on there.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that.
Cheers.
We'll wrap it up.
And stay
Sláinte.
safe.
Stay safe out there.